Hello, everybody. This is the Religious Nerd Squad. And two things before anyone asks. Yes, we fixed the technical issues. Yes, Chelsea's not here because we're doing a call out. And she's admitted to not liking those too much, which I don't blame her. This isn't always fun. It's entertaining for people, but not always fun. I am Seven of God 777. With me, as always, is.
Rias Khan, the first Khan of the Outworld from the Earth realm.
And I am Diana Night Rose Goldsmith, resident vampire expert and also resident pop culture nerd. And for
Yes.
the record, I am reacting raw to this guy's video because I'd rather have these reactions be true instead of me trying to respond having already watched the video.
Yeah,
So
and
this is literally a raw reaction from me.
And meanwhile, Rias found this and showed me, and I proceeded to go into turbo rap mode, purely seeing this garbage. Which, mind you, if you're wondering, this and this are from one of this man's live streams. By the way, this is Professor Geek, otherwise known as Michael Kritzler. If I'm pronouncing that correctly, yeah. Kritzler. Yeah. Weird name spelling with Z and no L makes my brain go nuts. But no, this is where the entire live stream is. And the reason we're not doing that entire thing, besides it being over an hour and we're not doing long stuff again, is this man can't, and even with, unless super chats are there, he can't stay on point to save his life. I wish I was kidding. Even in the short snip, which again, this is the only thing I want to focus on because this is just more of the same superfluous ranting. Which, in case you're wondering, it won't even take 5 minutes into that video to find out just how full of it the guy is. Because if you're wondering,
Yeah,
I'll let this man say it himself. But let's begin. Because again, brace yourselves, everybody. This is going to be one of the stupidest things you've ever seen of someone trying to criticize K-pop Demon Hunter yet. We've seen bad takes. We've seen bad theological takes. This one kind of takes the cake because this guy's supposedly a professor. We'll get to that.
Here's the thing. I have never seen K-pop Demon Hunters. I saw the trailer. I read the synopsis. I hear everybody talking about it incessantly. So a lot of people were saying that they wanted me to do like
Yeah, do I have to say anything about that? Like, apparently his fans... Go for it.
If you're going to criticize a product, at least have the decency to watch what you're going to criticize.
Exactly. Also, again...
Yep.
Man,
I believe that's
Outright apparently had his fans do this. By the way, look at his background and you'll notice a lot of the same old media stuff. Man loves him some old Michael Keaton Batman, and the first one at least. All kinds of old Star Wars stuff. The man's at least bothering to let his nerd bit fly, but I noticed a case of old man yelling at cloud, and I was worried I was right.
Not to mention, isn't there an argument fallacy where you don't actually do research before you make your argument?
He's apparently done only minor research, as in, he has only, quote, read a synopsis and seen the trailer, or a trailer. This is, again, I had to grok this guy, because here's his Twitter. Here's his X. It is locked down. It's also not that old an account. This is April 2021 when he's recorded as having joined. Only 17 followers, but apparently he's following a good number of people. I won't go through that because that's kind of silly. Again, Instagram. Mostly just proof he's a geek, also likes to fall. Which, again, that's not the worst bit. So, hearing him mention a few things, I ran this, and it hunted everything down to this man. And apparently, referencing him on Facebook as quote, a writer, YouTuber, and writing and literature professor. Now, supposedly, his specialization as a university professor is modern mythology. Again, and here's the other bit. No exact university name, no mention of affiliations to Harvard or the state school, or can be found in any public source. Which is, kind of telling when that's your title. Also, having MC on the end at that point, you just sound extra pretentious. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Let's get this video over with because
A
I
deep
already am
analysis of
feeling
it. And I
like
appreciate anybody wanting my take on something, but that's just not going to happen. I don't care about it enough to watch it. My post was K-pop Demon Hunters is dumb. I said, not sorry. And I do feel like that. I feel like it's dumb. I get it if you're a woman and you like it. Because let's be honest, it's really marketed to little girls.
Ahem.
It's really not, though. It's
Diva,
like an all-age
would you say
thing,
this is
like-
marketed towards little girls or adults?
I would argue it's more got a teenage audience because most Americans nowadays listen to K-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
that's
would I.
really
And
dangerous.
also, not just because of the music, the entire story is not one I would say is for little girls. Even
Not to
having grown up seeing in Sailor Moon, which was, even that had moments where, they wouldn't be able to pass that.
Right.
Need
like,
I
and
also
to
mention
me-
that in Sailor Moon, at least in the '90s dub, as much as we love to rag on it, they had some legitimate reasons to censor some of the stuff. Even though I look back now at the censorship, then it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, and to me, it kind of seems like this. Like it's something that's marketed towards all ages. A lot of the merchandise will gravitate towards young girls because it is a female-led thing, but it's not exclusively a female-centric IP.
Not to mention one of the best villain songs I've ever heard outside of Disney before Disney went to crap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't really consider Soda Pop a song, their villain song. It's more of an introductory song, just to give you an idea of just how manipulative the Saja Boys are. But the one that cements them as a villain and gives them the villain song number is Your Idol.
Which even Josh
my God,
Scorcher
I
pointed out that. Also, starting with the Latin chant, which is supposed to be referencing the devil from a certain hymn, and I will say this to anyone: if you want proof that song's literally talking about Satan, I want you to read the lyrics. If you wonder why Soda Pop is also tied to the demon activity in general, go back and watch the opening bit where they do the flashback. Go watch the other times demons are seen sucking souls. It's like they're drinking them. I've said that before. It's literally a narrative point that Soda Pop and them saying they want to, calling people their little Soda Pop, that they want to drink them up, is in fact like a grown man telling a little girl in a dress that they could just eat them up. It's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's the thing too. Like he wouldn't realize the context as he hasn't seen the movie. And between you and me, I do always skip Soda Pop on when I'm listening to the album on Spotify, but I at least understand what its significance is.
Not to mention that particular number shows just exactly how the media likes to get into your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Which is, again,
I mean,
you see that
it's catchy. It's catchy. It's got gorgeous-looking boys. I mean, it pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah, you don't need to go much
and you
into that
kinda-
because, again, it's literally a plot point that's why they did that, was to steal the fan
Right,
base.
and you see that. And you see that spread out through the movie too. Like you see the turf wars and all that.
Yeah.
Plus,
it gets insane.
Seems like a good Guima credit the Demon King and K-pop Demon Hunters. He realized, wait a minute, they're using a K-pop band to keep up the wall, keeping me out of the mortal world. Time to fight fire with fire.
Oh, I'm reminded it's not Guima's idea. It's literally Genu, and he went along with it because he's like, well, I got nothing else I can do.
I got nothing else to
basically just
lose.
Yeah, he just went, okay, you're up. I got no other plan.
He really didn't. Let's continue.
What I really don't understand is dudes, like men, who are super into K-pop Demon Hunters. I mean, did you get tired of watching My Little Pony? Did you?
For anyone wondering,
What's wrong
yes,
with
that's
watching
the
My Little Pony?
For anyone wondering, that's the crust of this dummy's argument is, if you like that, you also were a complete brony. Not just that you liked My Little Pony, but you were obsessed like a brony. And for those wondering, even people who like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, look at the bronies and go, dude, maybe cool down from the why you get in a suit?
To be fair, though, Josh was a brony, and he actually recently restarted FOB Equestria.
Mind you, Josh
And-
Scorcher being a brony, he's an example of a Christian who can handle being in a fandom like that.
There's also Dr. Wolf, but then again, he's a Mormon, so
Yeah. Well, I say
With
that for one
me-
reason. This man professes to be Catholic. Again, obvious wedding picture here. Guy looks like he cleans up nice, very lovely wife. Not gonna knock them. This is a very, very nice picture. But let me go back. What's that say there? Oh yeah, Catholic Bible geek.
Oh yeah.
Gee,
with
I
me-
wonder if there's if this man's got some issues. Was my thought, because everything in this video that when we get to it, one thing I want everyone to take notes on, and yes, feel free to comment on this, and also like video, comment, subscribe, all the things YouTube needs done. You know, the usual bit, share video. But I want to see if anyone else notices just how insecure this man comes off, because Rias was with me when I was watching this the first time, and when I popped up the live stream, aside from the fact this man can't keep a straight 8 thoughts sometimes, and he rambles worse than I do. Anyone who knows me and anyone who's seen this, you know I can do that, even in the D&D sessions.
believe me, I had to redirect you one time during one of our canceled streams.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyway, let's continue this before we do that. But like I said, he can't keep a straight point, and he's somehow worse than me. Because this is from a live stream.
You need something. I mean, did you get tired of singing the songs from the Frozen soundtrack? So you need something.
I didn't even have to go
Potshots at
5
Frozen.
seconds.
Oh, pot shots at Frozen. Nice.
Low-hanging
And
fruit
to
of the
answer your
low-hanging
question, buddy,
fruit. Also, Disney pumpkin behind him.
Something else to do?
Oh, that's right.
I
Also,
think the
to
man's
answer your question,
projecting.
buddy, and also
Well,
answer
I
your question,
do think.
And
Go on,
answer-
Reyes.
I was about to say, to answer your question, buddy, I listen to Sabaton. Try again.
Not to mention, if would he be saying the same crap about Disney Renaissance films, or would he say that they're pinnacles of fairy tale writing?
Well, given some of his stuff here, I would think he would, because again, obvious.
I think so too.
Yeah, like what do you have there? Oh, look, that's the old Hobbit animation from the shows, the old books. This man has a nostalgia fetish.
It's so clearly marketed to young girls. It's just yet another one of these stories about the woman who has to realize that she's good just the way she is.
No, it's not.
That
No,
is
it
completely
not.
not the plot. Again, ladies and gentlemen, watch your media before you see it. If you've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, you know that's actually not the whole plot. That's not even remotely the plot. In fact, would I be remiss from saying that's the opposite of the plot, guys?
Yeah.
It is the opposite of the plot.
Yeah.
Rumi's character arc is accepting her. Last I checked, Rumi's character arc was accepting that she is of both human and demon blood, but she doesn't have to embrace the demon half.
Also,
She's
it's
been overcome.
yeah.
She also has been overcompensating on trying to be human.
It's
That's the
not
whole
just that.
point of the
It's
song, just-
because again, the whole theme was, which the last song on an even Your Idol kind of points out, she's been hiding and covering her own shame. while wanting
that's
to be
the whole
free
point
of
what it
it.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the whole point. It's literally structured, ironically, even with her walking up and admitting everything to Guima, like a confession. Gee, I wonder under how repentance in a Christian prayer is supposed to. Oh yeah, after you give glory to God, you have to. The usual profession is then confess and repent of sins, which means you admit what you did wrong, you do your best to apologize for it, and you ask God to help you turn away from them. Gee. It's like it's an actual Christian allegory or something, and I know what I'm talking about because I've looked into these things for years without having to go to college.
Need I also mention that there was one Christian on Tumblr. I think her name was Artist Sally. She kept going on about how K-pop demon hunters missed the point of Christianity and tried to use the exact same argument as he did, all the while professing that she watched the movie. And I'm like, did you and I watch the same movie, sweetie?
I think she let her
Like I said.
ears be full of cotton or something. I don't know.
And she just has to
Well,
be
to be
herself
fair, though,
and demand
she
to
did
be loved for who she is.
Demand to be loved for who she. Oh my god! This statement gets stupider by the minute. I don't mean to laugh this close to my mic. Oh my god!
I literally just took my hand to my forehead and I just literally started shaking my head at that. I'm like, that isn't Rumi's character.
Okay, I'm going to pull something from Lyle Convoy. Lord, please give me patience. Because if you give me strength, I will find this man and hurt him.
For me, it's ironically, I've had moments like that. There was a tweet. I'm not going to say what it was because it was enraging as all hell, and I don't want to say it enough. Rice was here yesterday when I saw it at my place. I was having to talk myself out of driving because it was over in Wisconsin. So I kind of have to echo that prayer because give me patience, Lord, and also give me the strength to not ever be tempted by this doofus's. Basically, be tempted to go deal with this doofus because I would honestly want to at least take him, knock him unconscious, duct tape him through that chair, all like meme internet review bit, and go, yeah, we're watching K-pop Demon Hunter, and you're shutting up.
Or better yet, use the same method that they used on in a Clockwork Orange.
I mean, maybe not that far because I know how dark that movie got, but I. Oh wait, you mean the one scene with the conversion? Yeah, that might actually still be a war crime, so I probably wouldn't. Though I would probably have, I would have some to set up hand and go, don't make me Clockwork Orange your ass. Just make this easier, bro.
I'll at least.
Say what?
I mean, can you blame me?
No, I can't blame you. Personally, me, I wouldn't. But again, let's continue hearing him dig himself a grave as a critic.
I utterly despise that kind of storytelling. I hate that trope, and it's fine for some young girl stuff, it's whatever. Why are men into K-pop Demon Hunters?
Because it's a good message, it's entertaining, and it's fun.
The message is actually pretty catchy, and I say this as a metalhead.
Agreed.
And not to mention, it's a Christian, and it actually has a Christian film, and was made by a Christian writer, and didn't beat you over the head with the message like anything made by the Kendrick brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like
even I can like some of the stuff the Kendrick brothers does, but I can only watch them once.
And again, we're not saying. And again, we're not just saying this, people. The director herself credits her Christian background for the story.
Yes, she has also admitted to wanting to use parts of Korean culture as well, but that doesn't mean she doesn't have to leave them exclusively separate, unlike what some people think, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's this guy's opinion somehow. Because at this point, I am questioning your degree as a professor in modern mythology. I am questioning your credentials, and I am going to demand to see a proof of where you were a professor, boyo. I don't care if it was online courses. I want that evidence now.
In all of the arguments I've heard, but you don't understand. It's got these Christian overtones, and it's all these intricacies, and with the Korean mythology.
Wow.
And you literally just shot your argument in the foot when you just blew it off instead of actually, listening to the recommendation.
Proved my point,
Oh
didn't
yeah,
he?
oh yeah. In his live stream, he literally mentions if someone recommends him something, he blows it off, and he kind of mentions it in a dickish way.
Yeah. Again, we are a minute and a half in, and this man has already managed to destroy any argument he could make before making it. How are you this bad? How? How do you
I need
goof up this awfully?
I am making myself a cup of chamomile because I am getting pissed off and I do not want to wake up I do not want to wake up my housemates.
All right, I am gonna hit play again because let's continue to train wreck.
I don't give a crap. It's stupid. It looks so dumb. Watch it if you want, but I'm going to laugh at you for it.
Your boos mean
Oh,
nothing.
ad
I see what makes you
hominem.
cheer.
Mm-hmm.
Ad hominem attacks. Professional.
Really?
Didn't you teach against that at university?
The ironic bit is I'm actually starting to believe the university bit because he comes off that pretentious.
Right. Like
I'm betting
gives
they
off
don't
that,
want to admit that they had this goofus anywhere near their school, though, which is telling nowadays.
Right, he gives
I
off
was
that
in the
air of he thinks he's better than us, even though no.
I'll admit, I was in the arts department of my university, but even then, I was the only conservative because I had to keep my mouth shut around my peers.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how
Well,
much.
so you've always been pretty grounded yourself, Diva.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to credit to Mama Night Rose, I was actually raised right.
Well, that's a good thing. Let's continue. Oh, I realize I gotta put out that fan, but let's keep going.
If you're a man, anyway. Really, yeah. It really does strike me as part of this like a feminization of young men in our culture today, and I just see it everywhere. I see it in on all aspects. I even see it physically, and I don't know.
Okay. The one time the man has a concern, but this is a point where I notice, one, you're projecting in ways, and I can spot it already. The clear amount of either projection, snobbery, or both is clear, because as again, this comes off like he has some things he wants to confess. Second thing I would like to point out, the sheer amount of concern about this, his reasoning, by the way, I will spoil this, is the animation of this movie. I could rant about that for an hour straight and not run out of material. I would probably repeat myself maybe twice. I would have points to repeat myself. It would, dear Lord, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. This man is already.
In fact, I do in fact miss the Disney era of hand-drawn animation. Believe me, I do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not that's not the answer that you provided there, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the way he phrases it like say like what Transformers Energon was, where it was CGI with hand drawn stuff. It's like no, it was all CGI. It's supposed to look like that because it's all CGI. But they actually do a good job doing it very fluidly, even with the anime faces.
Yeah.
Although I would argue that Transformers Cybertron actually ended up doing a lot more 2D after Energon kind of was considered trash.
Oh yeah, they did, partly
Yep.
because they saw the ratings go down, which again is proof when it comes to good stuff they will do that. But let's continue.
Yeah,
We have more.
Last I checked with Cybertron, it was a combination of 3D Transformers but 2D humans.
Oh yeah.
Oh
it
yeah, they
was.
improved on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just want to make sure my memory wasn't giving out on me because it's been a while since I watched that show.
Fair enough. Let's
Oh,
continue.
you're good. I remember watching that
Oh,
show.
hey, Professor Geek, a woman watching a show meant for boys.
Gee,
goes
it's like
both
your
ways.
argument's stupid on its face. Let's continue burying him.
Oh, the specifics of this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I do think that perhaps a lot of the foods that men are eating are are chemicals they're being made to take in some which way or another. I mean, it's. I think studies have shown that they've generally decreased testosterone levels in men.
Okay, I'm gonna end that right there. He's not wrong. Let's lay out the things that are affecting men. It is specifically American and soybeans. And I say that because Japanese soybeans don't have the same issue. There is no current ingrowth American heirloom soybeans. They are all Monsanto Terminator seeds. For those wondering in the audience, Terminator seeds are one seed, one grow, one harvest plants. You have to immediately tear them up. They will produce no more fruits. That's like if an apple tree only produced one harvest. It sounds retarded on its face. This is what happened to soybeans. They were heavily genetically altered. There's also the whole Roundup nonsense, which even UC Berkeley had a special on PBS where they admitted that it actually causes male bullfrogs to grow female reproductive organs. It's worse than simply turning the frogs gay. It's literally worse, and that's only two things. Like, say, box mac and cheese from, like, Kraft or whatever. If you're not picky about your brands, that has high levels of what is known as the phytoestrogens, which is what the soybeans are putting in. That, microplastics, and other stuff are what are actually kind of feminizing men. There are plenty of ways to counter this. I happen to have been working my way through finding some good ones myself. I will probably talk about them at some point when I got them down pat. But...
And I will say this, like, because he brings up... Because he does bring up his first part about, girly men liking it. It's like, well, Servant, you and I both like it. I would not consider you a girly-looking man, and I don't think you would consider me one.
For those wondering, that face on my profile pic is me from 2019, and I haven't aged that much physically.
Yeah.
Okay, so
try to claim that you guys are girly men, and I will laugh in your face.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Yeah, try and. So the mic didn't pick it up. I just did a burst laugh, but I don't think Discord caught it. But yeah, I am legitimately laughing at the thought of someone thinks I'm a girly man. I have had some guys look at me sideways when someone else tries to say that to me and goes, I want you to look at that man again, and then I want you to look at yourself. Like, one person said that and the argument finally died. No one's ever truly called me a girly man. I'm an easy bait to get his temper set off. That's for dead certain. At least I was when I was a kid. I am quite likely a berserker at times, but girly man? No.
I'll admit, I was kind of reminded of the Alex Jones meme of the turn the frickin' frog gay.
Which, again, is tied to the Roundup weed killer. I'm not kidding.
Also, I literally make the joke. I literally make this joke about myself. Like, I sound like Hank Hill has a thing for black chicks, and I look like Paul Bunyan has a thing for black chicks.
For those wondering, yes, he has a Paul Bunyan beard. The perfect level of curly and coverage. I don't know how this man has pulled it off on the genetic lottery, but he won that one, and I'm going to let him have it. Let's continue before we go into tangent territory.
People ask me that, too.
Yeah, but suffice to say, we aren't girly men. Let's continue before we go tangent.
And over the generations, you compare testosterone levels like, today to men of previous generations. And I just see this effeminization, like these young men are walking around with like these soft hips and just this like almost these feminine walks. And I'm talking about straight guys, are people who would, at least say they're straight. I just, but that's just that. And then the culture, the stuff that they're into. And I don't understand what's so great about the music. I don't like the music. I think the music.
By the way, did I just notice a jump cut? Did I just notice a jump cut?
I think you did.
Oh, let me back up.
That's just that. And then the culture, the stuff that they're into.
Another man's hips.
And I don't understand what's so great about the music. I don't like the music. I think the music.
Yep, downright jump cut because his hand suddenly teleported.
Yeah, that was a jump cut.
Also, I'm going to say this. I never looked at another man's hips.
Mm-hmm. Again, projection I'm seeing. Also, this many views, this many subs, that like to dislike ratio is already kind of telling as it is. And look at these comments. Clearly the only ones he's going to let be up there is this. Yeah, this is, again, his audience seems to be the type, even if they watch it, they're just kind of judging it in a way. And also, would you call K-pop Demon Hunter Magical Girl?
Yes and
Not
no.
really, no.
Like it's barely is what I would say.
If you're talking Madoka Magica or Stellar Moon, those are definitely Magical Girl, but K-pop
Look what I
Demon Hunters is
highlighted.
more-
This guy is glazing. He's saying, and now that I think about it, you're quite right that the main character did go through the feminist hero's journey.
No, they didn't. Like, literally. They literally have a big argument after they find out Rumi is a demon.
But by the way,
demon,
men
but
needed in
still-
desperate need of help.
Right.
Bull.
When I rant, I'd be stupid.
The arguments get dumber. Again, you can tell when an audience glazes a man, and you can also tell when he only has an audience that leaves comments that are glazing him. Because that ratio tells me there are people, complete with the fact that's number of comments, who if they're leaving comments, you're either deleting them or they're getting buried.
Yeah, just a heads up for our audience. If you think you can do better, you are welcome to let us know.
Yeah. But like if you notice something we missed or you think you can do something better, go ahead. Let us know, and also give it your best shot. We would love to see it. I'm not joking, because that's always a fun thing to see, because iron sharpens iron and all that. Which is why we like calling people like this out, because when you call out someone's bad arguments, they have two options. Confront the facts that their arguments are that bad, or
double down.
Yeah, double down, triple down, and do like what this guy right here did, which is, again, I'm just going to show that again, screen cap that if you wish, but don't go after these people. Again, they're not worth your time. Let's continue.
Is very indicative of today's music. I think it's kind of soulless a little bit.
Soulless.
You're calling this is what it sounds like, soulless.
A song that manages to
Excuse
bring me
me?
to tears every time I hear it. A song that actually can also uplift me. Something very few things in media can do. Let me put it this way. The only other thing in media that can actually bring me to tears consistently is one I rarely watch, and it's Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. Because the ending is very much also a Christ allegory, and it's one of the most heart-wrenching and beautiful scenes I've seen. I am not spoiling a dang thing. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Well, not just this is what it sounds like, but Olden, I defy you to listen to that song and not feel anything.
And of course, there's a visceral fear that strikes my heart as soon as I hear your idol.
Absolutely.
No, I hear your idol, and I did my best because I got the CD in my car. I paid attention to the lyrics a few times in a row. I just put it on repeat, and yeah. Again, the entire song, including the dang title, is effectively blabbing on Satan and his methods. The lyrics are a complete breakdown in order of the devil's entire tactics. Literally, look up the lyrics. It's a nice crib notes, and then look up the Latin and what it's from. That's extra credit type stuff you'll need if you ever want to keep tabs on how the devil works, because it's, again, a perfect layout. The entire song.
As much as I want to do a cover of that number, I think it's fair to say why anytime I hear it and I start listening to it, I don't sing it. I just mouth it.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
I'm kind of the same. I don't sing that sucker. I have actually found myself singing like how it's done and this is how it sounds like. Partly because, in the case of how it's done, it's a heck of a banger and I like it because at the time in the movie, they're outright kicking demon butt to it. Which is why they start singing
That is
it.
such a good scene.
And again, this is how it sounds like is one of those confession type bits. It's like lay bare everything and lay it before God type of scene. Which is, again, why that scene's written like that. Let's continue, because, again, we're going to be here forever if we don't.
But this is just me as a guy looking at something going, that looks dumb. I'm not watching it and doing a review. I'm not, and, I'm not tearing it down and all this kind of stuff. I just think it looks stupid, and I don't know why men are into this. I really...
Could have fooled me.
I'm not tearing it down. Said the guy that called it stupid and soulless.
Worse, the title. Well, again, this is the title of the video. Girly men love their K-pop demon hunter. How is that not tearing it down, dummy? Also, let's go back to the top comment.
Like I know with me, I at least watch the stuff, and I'm honest when I don't like it. Granted, like I think a good example of this was the movie Prey.
Also, this is his audience right here. This sentence. I think that was the plot too, where the demon boy band tries to sway the world to claim souls for their demon master. Whether or not that was a creative intention, it's pretty humorous.
It was the intention, dummy.
That's the entire plot. Apologies for yelling, but that's the entire damn plot. Oh, it is stupid.
Yeah, Genu's not coy about it. He points it out his first scene.
It's like, that's literally the entire plot, the entire motivation of the bad guys. Steal souls for the demon master, who is effectively a giant being of fire. Oh, gee, I wonder if that's Satan or something, or an allegory. All right, because again, the movie's not exactly shy from admitting this is a guy who wants to devour and claim your souls.
And I'll put it this way.
Not to mention a quick little bit, cultural tidbit. The way that they're dressed in the Your Idol segment is pretty much the Korean equivalent of the Grim Reaper.
And yes, that's their actual demon form, aka saying they're going mask off. They don't even hide the whole marks and skin color. Literally, it's full mask off.
And I'll put it this way, like because I used to be a pretty critical guy, but I at least was honest that I was bashing it. Like I used to bash the movie Prey a lot. I admittedly softened up my stance on it once I've actually rewatched it and not been so culture war-y, but still, I at least admit when I'm bashing something.
Yeah, like I'm the first to admit Prey isn't the worst movie, but I am certainly not going to call it anything resembling a masterpiece.
Nope.
It could have been worse.
Yes, this is true. Dear Lord, the amount of dumb. If this is his audience, I'm smelling an echo chamber. But again, this is also somehow making me think he is or was a university professor. Which, if it's is, I can understand why he doesn't list where he is. But that doesn't mean someone can't find this guy. Again, don't harass him. But if you happen to find out the university, also don't go there. Don't go there. I would say please don't post it in the comments. We will probably have to be careful about that. But if you found it, don't be ashamed of saying you did. Just don't bother telling anyone what it is. He doesn't need the press. He doesn't. That would only embolden this goof. Let's continue.
We don't. That just it's very disturbing to me that, and I'm not even talking about men into it like maybe some dads, their kids have it on and they're like, oh, whatever, it's fine. That's one thing. I'm talking about the men who are like, K-pop Demon Hunters is amazing. They've got it like on their Facebook profile for, cover photos and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, come on,
Okay,
how old are you?
That's what I'm wondering.
Like,
it does not give us an age.
Okay, if you were like a boomer in your 50s or 60s, then maybe I could say you had a potential argument, but you look like you're in your 30s, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you being like that?
Also, yes, I'm going to say this now for everybody.
Yeah, 30s.
It's fine to enjoy some things. You can enjoy things, even if other people don't like them. Like, I love Gundam. I literally call my Gunpla thing an addiction. That you're not bad for liking these things.
And it's the foundation for why we created Religious Nerd Squad. We're
Exactly.
Christians, we're nerds, and we happen to like these things, and we want to talk about them.
Yes,
Heck,
it's
heck,
also why a
heck,
lot of
also-
what we talk about is stuff we like and how we can find some inspiration tied to it. Even if sometimes it's just something entertaining, literally just to take our minds off of something stupid happening around us or something awful. Because sometimes
I'll
that's
push
all you
myself
need
under-
is something to snap you out of it.
Heck, I'll push myself under a bus here. I write fan fiction.
He's still probably got better writing and arguments than this goof. But again, let's
And
continue.
yes,
I make it-
we've been doing a Curse of Strahd campaign, but I've been co-writing for the entire campaign.
She has. She sent me an
doing-
entire backstory to have proofread by someone else for any errors or inconsistencies. She's been very, very thorough, which again is
you're doing
very
good at it,
telling.
I can't give all the credit to myself. Lance Corporal Anime Guy does a really good job with the with what he's developed for how far we are in the Death House.
Oh yeah, that and I was involved early on in some of the writing bits because I initially wanted to do the DMing, but I realized I am way too out of my depth. But
But yeah, that's the point. Like it's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, have fun. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
like it's a
And
case of
one of the
God.
big-
As long as what you're doing isn't outright blasphemous, God's not going to shame you for having fun and enjoying things.
If
Trust
Jesus
me.
were here right now, he'd be streaming with some Christian streamers.
He'd probably be playing Repo.
That'd
I
be
have-
fun.
I also have no doubt that well, not to mention, I honestly think that this guy would try to say that those fundamentalists I went to school with would have been quote unquote in the right, but all the while they are banning me from watching Trinity Blood, which is the most Christian anime you'll ever watch, and they also
Well,
And they
outside
also
of like
banned-
Gal Gar, but actually, I think if I had to rank the two, they rank near equal, if not Gal Gar being maybe second place. But that's my mecha
And-
bias.
And I can
and
I
they
can
also
confirm that.
banned and they also banned Tolkien's works because Catholic ergo pagan.
Oh wait, I
And I
think
can-
this man might have one argument against them, because The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
And I can confirm that about Trinity Blood. Diva and Servant have been gatekeepers for me whenever I say, "Oh, I haven't seen that."
Yep. Anyone wants
And I
to
mean that in a
bash
good
on
way, too.
Trinity Blood not being a Christian anime, I will seriously consider if we met in person smacking you upside the face. I probably won't, but I'm going to give you that look of, you were stupid, and I have you to myself face to face. We're going to talk. No, I won't hurt you. At least not physically. Emotional and mental damage is still on the table because you were stupid.
Hey, just a couple of guys. I just want to talk to you.
Yeah, only no shotgun, but of course. Let's continue.
Well, in this case, I'm
geez.
not. Well, in that John.
Spend some time saving
Right.
up for the next Brony con.
Again, I'm smelling projection, but let's keep going.
Stop it. It's just really embarrassing yourself. But yeah, so I'm not coming out in a crusade. I'm not against K-pop demon hunters like I'm against, James Gunn's Superman. But it looks dumb to me, and I spoke
Again,
up
you
about it
gotta
because I'm like,
fool
why aren't
me.
more people speaking up about how dumb this looks?
It doesn't look that dumb, but then again, your face is kind of a low bar. Yes, that's a slight against his looks, but at this point, I'm only saying it not to outright insult him, but to point out you maybe shouldn't throw stones. Your face is not the most, impressive. Your entire argument is a bit of a meandering bit of projection. Maybe be careful with what you throw stones at, my dude. Just maybe.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I'm only kind of joking about the face bit. I'm not trying to be seriously insulting. That's just me throwing bro shade, meaning you throw the light insults and you see if they whine or not.
Let's get going.
Yeah, because good lord, this man's arguments.
And again, if you like it, it doesn't look dumb to you. Great, good. But man, if you're a dude liking this, I mean, like really liking it, do a little self reflection, man. Come on.
How about you do
Gee,
some self-reflection?
G tries to
Pod.
actually extend an olive branch, but also seems to shoot with himself in the foot by stabbing people with a dagger at the same moment.
Also, hi, Pot. Would you like to see my friend Kettle?
I hear you both the
Oh,
same
honey,
color.
cuddle me pie.
Yes, I hear you both the same color as your hoodie there.
Yeah.
Just weird. Yeah, Jason, I've heard rave reviews of K-pop. It didn't make me want to watch it. Yeah, I'm just like, okay. And then of course there's going to be these people.
Dude, you know who you just sounded like just now? You literally just sounded like Rachel freaking Zegler.
Oh, good lord.
I was
Rachel
thinking every guy in a. I was thinking every guy in the 2010s in a Starbucks house with a scarf and beanie.
He was literally Rachel Ziegler in that moment. Jeez, how did I miss that?
People like, you how can you say that? You never seen it. Blah, blah, blah. How can you say that? I can say if something looks stupid to me. I can say that. I can totally.
Yes, you can, but that
And you
also
can
means
still-
you can be called completely stupid yourself for not having watched it.
And also, you're also incredibly wrong.
Also, I respect your right to be wrong, but you have to respect my right to calling it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, considering the fact you literally said you didn't see the movie, and you can't just go off from screenshots or synopsis.
Also, again, writing and literature professor.
And you're acting like that. And you're.
I'll do
and
you
you're
one
talk-
better. I'll do you one better. My own mother used to tell me off on this stuff because he took those kinds of courses. She dealt with professors like that in college. You want to know the one thing I kept hearing? If you're going to outright call something stupid, don't be surprised if people want to know whether or not you actually have bothered to consume the media. Because again, that means you're making an argument without any actual evidence to back it up. And if you're going to try and stick by your guns by that, you've discredited not just this argument, but every argument that could be attached. And in case you're wondering, yes, this man ranted about the most recent Superman movie a few months ago. Yes, it's equally stupid. I'm honestly thinking, no, we probably won't play it, but I wanted to have it handy because, yeah, it's called The Destruction of Masculinity Continues here, but also the deconstruction of super masculinity. Tell me a Midwestern man and has to be all rough and tough, herder, and I have 50 farm boys who would like to lecture you while being polite, okay?
Yep.
This says in Minnesotan. I may be a city boy, but even I know enough about farm life in the country because my mom was a farm girl to know you don't act like that on a farm unless you want to wind up dead, injured, or the laughing stock because you keep getting face planting into manure.
Totally say that. Deal with it. You know. Best case scenario, if I ever, and I won't because it looks dumb to me, but if I ever sat down and carved out a part of my precious time to sit down and watch something that looks dumb to me, like people think that I should do for some reason, the best case scenario will come out of it is like, oh, well, you know, it's well done. Good for girls who like it. And that's it. And that's all it should be for any guy. That's the best case scenario. I just don't.
Okay, this man has things he needs to admit to.
Also, I'm going to say this now. I'm a guy. I grew up with stuff like Powerpuff Girls, Sailor Moon. Actually, I actually watched a few good shoujos when I was in high school. I really didn't care that they were female centric. I thought they were good. That's how I found Oron Host Club.
I also remember
Card
you
Captor Sakura. All I'm going to say, I grew up watching that when it was on the Saturday morning cartoons. I remember watching it and quite liking it. I grew up watching freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! I grew up watching Pokemon, Batman, Superman, Power Rangers. I could go down a damn tangent, honestly. And yes, before anyone wonders, I have the mic to my mouth because I wanted to make it emphasize that this is a very dumb argument.
Oh, by the way, I used to, back when I was younger, I didn't just watch Sailor Moon or Cardcaptor Sakura growing up, or Cardcaptors as it was called in the English dub.
Yep.
But I also watched Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaolin Showdown,
Ooh, that's a good
Power
one.
Rangers. Those were media directed at boys.
Shaolin Showdown,
It
you
wasn't
could say,
for-
was neutral, oddly enough. It's directed at both.
True, there was Kimiko.
Not just that. The amount of girls who were thirsting after Raymundo already, Eddie, was kind of insane when you realized that half the arguments from teenage girls at schools were about which of the three guys they liked. Some just said they just wanted the dragon as a pet, and they kept calling him the dragon because I can't even remember his name now.
Dojo.
Yeah, Dojo.
I can admit that my crush in that show was Chase Young.
I don't.
You know what?
The
That's
obvious villain, the big bad of the story, who's got the smooth talking, silver tongued type of sense of how he is. Gee, I wonder why.
Well, to be fair, I did meet his voice actor recently, and he was happy that I've been following his work.
Nice.
I was
Also,
quite
no one knew you probably.
quick anecdote, real quick, just because I need something to get my mind off my anger, real quick.
Yes.
Oh, no worries.
I was quite surprised at how short he was. He was
How-
actually shorter than me.
How short?
As in, he got up to the height of my neck.
Confirmed short king. What do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good
And-
for him. Short kings rise up.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of had the mindset of a teenage kid.
I am not surprised. All
You're
right.
only as old as you feel.
I told him I liked him as Salem from Hocus. No, not Salem. Thackeray Binks. Yeah, from Hocus Pocus. I liked him as Chase Young. I also liked him as Haku, and every time I mentioned a role that he played that I liked, he immediately started switching to each and every voice of the character just to express how much they liked that I supported them.
Oh, dear Lord, a professional. Which, again,
Yep.
that's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, let's continue this before we...
Like I said, I had to derail because I was getting too angry.
Understandable.
Understood. Understand this. Anyway. Samuel Proctor says, I like the animation style of K-pop Demon Hunters. I didn't see the movie, just a music video, but man, did I get sick of K-pop fans in high school. They're almost as bad as Swifties. I didn't even...
Yeah, they kind of are. Although I would probably say at times they can be worse.
I don't know
put
which.
it this way.
I know that there's this one big K-pop boy band that everybody was obsessing over, and I didn't really get the appeal. I didn't mind K-pop music. It just had to kind of hit a strong resonance with me before I liked it. To be honest, I liked League of Legends K-pop videos. I liked Girls' Generation. I even liked a few other songs from a few other bands, but they were very slim. To be honest, though, I was more of a metalhead growing up in high school.
Oh yeah, like I'll put it this way, like if anybody here is a K-pop fan, if anybody here is listening who is a K-pop fan, we're not talking about you. Like
No,
there's
there
gonna
are
be
K-pop
cringy-
fans, otherwise known as stans, who
right.
are kind of insufferable. And anyone who knows what Swifties are like, including any Swifties scene, is yes, you're insufferable. Yes, you've your entire fan base has given liking Taylor Swift music in general a very memey bad name. If you want to
like, take it-
complain, I want you to find out if you've actually done anything that would contribute to it. Get an outside opinion to be safe who's not a Taylor Swift fan at all. And then if you want to comment and come at us, go ahead. But at least make certain you're clear of not having condemned your entire fan base by being part of the problem. Clear yourself
Trust
first.
me.
Right.
I'll
Right.
admit.
Take it from a Sonic fan. You're not the cringy part of your fan base. If you're not the cringy part of your fan base, don't worry about slights about it. Take it from a Sonic fan.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention personal anecdote. If I hear Taylor Swift go on in the music at my job, I immediately start singing metal just to drown it out. Or Epic the Musical. Check it out.
Fair enough.
I have to hear the man so many times on that Target speakers. I am sick of that song.
Okay. Let's continue.
No, it was that it had been around that long. I thought it was something somewhat more recent. The animation style to me doesn't. It looks too. Or maybe you're talking about different things because there's character design and then there's animation style. It looks very CGI driven. It looks very computer animated.
Oh, gee, that's what
It's
they use.
almost.
It's almost like that's the
it's
entire
3D.
bit of art style they used was CGI, like it was, Toy Story, A Bug's Life, anything else from Pixar if you want to take a pick, like Shrek or something like that. Gee, like Star Wars, The Clone Wars. Gee, I wonder if that's a thing or something. I don't know. Sorry for that. I had to.
That's how it was made.
Yeah.
And
I want to ask, did you watch the movie? But then again, he already gave me the answer at the beginning of the freaking video.
He's only watched a trailer. The problem is, if he's saying this is where I'm like, are you somehow brain damaged? Are you okay? Do we need to call a hospital? Did you have a stroke? What is this?
and he could be trying to put in the ether that it was like AI, but it's like, well, here's the thing. Some AI rumors actually came out. They were disproven like that.
Heavily, thoroughly, with such thorough accuracy. I think even Netflix's own account said that. And I think the last few times someone tried to claim that, community note shut that down on X real quick. But yeah, by the way, I'm the one who initially noticed that, and I mentioned that because, yeah, it's like, why say, oh, wait, he's making that attempt? Like it hasn't been done already, like I said.
Keep rolling.
Yeah.
And just in terms of my taste, I'm not saying there's anything. I mean, there's an art to computer animation as long as you're not just using AI to create it all and passing it off as art.
You know, I'm wondering if he literally said that genuinely or if this was an attempt to throw shade. But let's continue before I go into rant mode again.
To my taste, I don't like stuff that looks too computer animated. Like Toy Story when it first came out, that was novel, right? And it was kind of cool. But I hated when my daughter was really young.
Quick point. The first ever CGI show was Reboot. And it came out before Pixar.
Yes, and there were there's at least one or two other shows by that same company, which were actually
Beast Wars.
Wasn't Beast Wars made by them?
Yeah, Beast Wars,
Yeah.
and also I think it was called War of the Planets, which is not that well known, but it's actually very well done.
Mainframe Studios, that was the name.
Which is ironic because the place where Reboot mostly takes place is called Mainframe. But let's continue down this rabbit hole of insanity.
Young, I used to watch like Disney Channel or Disney Junior and stuff like that. That was the one style that like everything looks like now, and all of Disney's movies look like that now. It's like that Pixar animation just kind of took over and evolved into something that solidified into. And I'm just that doesn't really strike my taste, you know.
That sounds like a personal problem for you, sir.
Hey, I have a preference for 2D animation. It's one of the reasons why I actually like Knights of Guinevere despite the controversies. But at least admit it's a preference and that it's not bad because you just don't like CGI animation.
Yeah.
I actually
Right.
love Tangled and I wish it was 2D animated, but I got what I got, and with what the Disney gave me at the time, I was actually okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Amazing Digital Circus. Like, I think it'd be fun if it were 2D, but I understand why it's CGI, and I still think it's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I love how you have this other person down here who's a mod, oddly enough, saying men should not be singing Golden. Golden,
You
as
know
far as
what?
I'm
I'm gonna
concerned,
sing Golden even harder now.
I'll say this one opinion of mine right here. Golden's not the best song in the movie. This is what it sounds like. I will die on this hill. Golden is good. I've seen guys and girls do covers of all the songs on the soundtrack. All
yeah,
the songs, including women doing Your Idol.
Oh yeah, there's like there's a metal guy on YouTube.
There's a couple of
Oh
them,
god,
actually. I've been seeing them a feed.
oh Jonathan Young. Jonathan Young. He did like a whole soundtrack covering the songs.
If you'll pardon
Like he
me a
covers the
moment.
metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm done hiding now, I'm shining like I'm born to be.
Very
We're
nice.
going up, 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 it's our moment. Oh, yeah, oh, you know, together we're glowing. Gonna be golden.
Cutting you off right there so we don't get the DMCA.
But it was very good. I will say
It
that.
was very good. I'm just sad we don't have enough of a proper instrumentals, or we might just get some cover stuff up.
Yeah,
I
as
agree.
soon as you get that, just let me know and I'll record. I'll send you any recordings from my phone.
Yeah. But let's finish this nonsense.
Men should not be singing Golden. I guess that's one of the songs. I don't know. Yeah, Sound Engraver is a music teacher. She teaches piano, violin, and voice, and she said she's got a lot of course, girls are coming in. Can we listen to can we learn this song or that? But even some guys, I'm like, what's going on?
Buddy, I had a Mormon music teacher, and she was always wondering why I was constantly bringing her songs from Vocaloid, from Vocaloid.
Mm-hmm.
Also considering
And
the
she
current
didn't
music.
complain. No, she was just curious about it because she never heard of Vocaloid. Yes, I was a Vocaloid fan back in the day.
A lot of people were. It's no shame.
Considering the current music scene, is it really that bad that they're asking for K-pop Demon Hunter?
No.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like pretentious bullcrap to me. Now multiple people in this channel's part, including this one mod. But let's keep going because, again, we're almost done.
I take issue with straight guys liking stuff that's marketed to girls. It's just a cultural thing. Like,
Really? Sounds like a
Less of
personal
a
thing.
cultural. What you said, less of a cultural thing and more of a personal beef. That's what I'm getting out of you.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, projection much. I am probably going to get
Hey, servant. I was actually at Kohl's last week. Do you want to know do you want to let the audience know what I found at Kohl's last week?
shirts for K-pop Demon Hunter in the men's section. I know, because he got me one in my size.
So almost like it's not exclusively for girls.
Gee. It's like he's projecting his own issues and opinions on it as if the entire world would agree with him or something. I'll admit when I'm talking about my opinions, I'll even probably, if I get called on it, admit to anything I'm projecting on. I'm not going to act like everyone agrees with me because I've been called on that far too much in my life, and I'm probably this guy's age. I'm 39, by the way, so yeah, this man gets zero excuse from me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's finish.
it's not that every man has to like football and lifting heavy things and rah, rah, rah. I mean, I don't like sports.
Rias, you go.
Okay. Funny, because I'm wearing a Minnesota Timberwolves hoodie. So, you don't like sports, huh? By your own logic, I can call you a girly baby man.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I'm a huge sports fan. Everybody knows that about me. I
Yes.
love sports as much as I like the geeky stuff.
The man's
yeah,
almost prophetic in being able to call football stuff half the time.
Yeah. I would you say that it would be butch of me if I were to admit that I'm a hockey fan and that I love watching Penguins games?
No. I say this as a
No, actually,
Minnesotan. The sheer amount of women who like hockey can actually sometimes outnumber the men, or at least are equal with them, even outside, but definitely in this state. It's in fact a known trope that if a hockey brawl starts near a woman, you're effectively taking your life in your own hands, and your general response is to act like you're on her side.
Mm-hmm. But then again, you go to a fight and a hockey game breaks out.
Yeah, this is true. You go to a fight, but they start with a hockey game, and you wonder why the hockey game broke out all of a sudden.
yep.
Which, again, I love how he tries to deflect from what I already called him on earlier, acting like he's not doing that, which, bruh, you're projecting too damn hard, and a part of you knows it, but it's very clear you think otherwise than what you probably have just said. But then again, you might also not care about going to the gym much as it is, because you don't exactly... I barely lift weights. I used to when I was younger. I can tell when a man hasn't seen a gym ever. You look like you've been always behind a desk. And that's sad that I'm not even trying to insult you, but it sounds like I did.
Mm-hmm. Let's wrap this up.
But if a guy's into like My Little Pony or something that's clearly marketed towards girls and like really into it, there's something wrong there. Yeah. I got a problem with brony culture and all that kind of stuff. And
equating liking K-pop Demon Hunters to brony culture is one hell of a reach. I'm surprised you didn't pull like 5 muscles and half your spine, sir. Also dislocate like 3 ribs.
And I think that a lot of things just kind of slip under the radar because they're anime. You know, there's this.
Would you call K-pop Demon Hunters anime at all?
No.
No, it's inspired, but I'd say that like it's inspired like, Avatar, Ben 10 inspired. It's not anime, but you can see inspirations.
Yeah, exactly.
I like more Teen Titans. Oh, look, another short show more geared at boys.
Yeah,
yeah.
With about 1/3 the fan base being girls, minimum, if not half. And I will remind everyone, look up the inspiration for Starfire. You'll find a certain Brazilian bombshell. I'm not joking on that, by the way.
This sort of religious devotion to anime that I don't really understand.
Oh,
Okay.
gee, it's almost as if anime is actually providing something that Western entertainment's denying.
Yeah.
Good storytelling.
Also, wait a blanket statement there. It's like, you do realize even anime fans make fun of the people who are hardcore weebs, like he's trying to describe. Like, even we shun them.
Yeah, it's like, literally, if an anime fan, because most anime fans are minor weebs, if you act like too much of a full-blown weeb, it becomes the meme of weeb. The second one holding the chair. Here, you effing weeb. Literally just basically the casual insult of stop acting like a full-blown weeb, you dummy. It's a known trope. I'm on anime, I'm on gamers, I'm on... Dear Lord, insert the fandom here. Sheesh. Like, again, like Diva said, it's a bit like with hockey fans. You're going to a fight, but a hockey game breaks out. That's the joke.
Oh, yeah.
That's the end joke. Do I have to upset the Joker more by explaining the joke? Seriously? Good Lord. Let's try to wrap this up.
I mean, again, like I mentioned, I'm a Minnesota Timberwolves fan. There was a joke in our fan base of saying, I'm a Minnesota Timberwolves fan. Why are you laughing? I'm serious.
Yeah, it's like being a Raiders fanning, and all Raiders fans know what I mean. My condolences.
Or
Well, I
pretty
say
much-
was, because
or-
we're
I've
actually
enjoyed
dead now.
Or a Chicago Cubs fan.
Yeah.
Again, I say that's more accurate because the Cubs are good and the Wolves are actually doing pretty good.
I've watched some anime that I enjoy, but I refuse to give anything points off the board is because it's anime. You know, I've seen some crappy anime. I've seen some anime that I'm not going to look at because it just looks dumb.
Yes, genius.
So I take it you
Anime
won't be
is a
carving
medium.
any K-pop
I've
Demon
seen
Hunter
some
themed
bad
jack-o'-lanterns
ones,
this
and
year.
I don't want to mention the name.
By the way, a 14-month member outright doing what he thinks is a joke comment, which again, if you didn't notice the cut, it happened again. It's been happening a good bit throughout this. It is clear this man edited this. And by the way, I've seen the full live stream. I'll link it in this video down below. The man rambled so damn much I went rant happy.
Also, yes, anime is not a general genre. It's a medium. There are
Yes.
genres in it. There are good ones and there are bad ones.
For
Trust me, I've seen
example,
some bad ones.
genre in anime, isekai. Genre in anime, shonen.
Genre in anime, shoujo. Genre in anime, mecha.
Yep. And there are good ones and bad ones. I've seen a few bad ones. I don't want to mention the name of one of them because this is definitely not the podcast for it, but they know which one.
Yeah. Yeah, that is an attempt to make hentai without it being hentai, but it was somehow more hornier and stupid than most hentai.
Nope.
Unfortunately,
Not
I
at
actually
all.
saw quote unquote worse than that one. I think you both know exactly which one I'm talking about.
We're not gonna go there. Let's just stop. Let's finish this. We got a minute left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that story is just that setup, that character arc is so overdone. I'm like, why are people still falling into this? Where the main character doesn't have to improve, doesn't have to learn not to do this or better themselves.
Doesn't have to improve. Doesn't have to do something to better themselves. The entire plot, her entire story arc is learning to not hide a part of herself, to not let shame rule her, and to be a better person for it. All right, not simply blindly accepting that she's all that awesome, but admitting again, because that's part of the point of the final act, where she falls freaking short.
Yeah.
And literally even
again,
calling out a toxic parent who can't love all of her. Oh, fun bit. That was actually a scrapped plot point initially from the movie. Not kidding.
Okay, and not just that, not just with This How It Feels. Look at the song Free.
Yes. Literally, there's a point where you can tell even Genu is being genuine in his own lines. Because he wants free. He initially thinks he just wants free of the memories tormenting him of what he did. Because, again, spoilers, he's been stuck with them for 400 plus years because he listened to Guima and betrayed his family. Just so he was able to eat in the king's palace and be comfortable and warm.
Yeah.
Only then did he realize just how badly he screwed up thanks to Rumi's influence. Oh, and that bit from your idol where it says, don't let it show, keep it all inside, the pain and the shame, keep it out of sight. You could say that it's him talking to Rumi in that moment.
And also him talking about himself, as even Josh Scorcher pointed out. Yeah.
Themselves in any way. They just have to learn and realize that they were already amazing as they are. And they just need to truly accept who they are. And it's other people around them that are making them feel not enough and blah.
Dear Lord, that is a simplification. That's not even full. There is a bit of that makes sense when you consider Rumi acts the way she does, hiding the demon marks, because of her adoptive mother shaming her into thinking she couldn't let it be known. When I guarantee, when the whole part of them turning on her when it came out was thinking she'd lied to them the whole time, and then finding out that the woman who helped film the band with them also was in on it. That's betrayal of trust. In the reverse, if they'd have been known in the know and been helping her, I guarantee you that wouldn't have happened. But then again, that requires A, better parenting from someone who can't let the biases go, and B, for that not to have been the plot, the whole point, because again, those two are mirroring each other in a sense. Both are letting shame and stuff hide.
You want to know why Here's the thing. There's a difference between empowerment and girl bossing. Girl bossing is just claiming that you have no faults, you are perfect as you are, you don't need to grow, you just need to embrace perfection. Because you're already perfect.
Yep.
And again, we see their fault.
And then there's empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is empowerment. Realizing that somebody toxic in your life that had been pushing you down and was in the wrong, and you realize that it wasn't on you, it was on them. It's not a victim mentality, it's realizing that you were abused.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we do see their faults, not just Rumi, but we see the faults in Mira and Zoe. Like, it's even used against them.
And Bobby seems to let it get to him. Yeah, and in the last act, even Bobby lets it get to him, his own insecurities. Which, if you notice, is done in the same way you see the devil of a work in real life. If you've actually experienced this, you know what I'm talking about. If not, start paying attention when you have intrusive thoughts. They don't sound 100% like yours or like someone you knew. They will be off just a bit skewed, like every single whisper those three heard at the end in the third act.
And I can confirm, I get those a lot.
Mm-hmm. Same. Like, I've been getting a lot more recently, and it took a bit to remind me, oh, yeah, that's the devil being and his minions being their usual, to pardon my French, bitch-made selves, which is the nicest thing I can say about them. And I'm talking about Descendants of Hell. So, yeah.
And just in case you're wondering, I actually grew up in an abusive relationship. As in, the patriarch of the family was an abusive asshat.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that is my most polite word I can use to describe him at the moment. And when it was revealed that I was autistic, he was in complete denial, claimed that nothing was wrong with me, and refused to get me therapy to get me adjusted to society.
I will say this, for all the stupid my mom and even my dad when he was alive did at times with my rearing, Mom at least tried. Dad, after a bit, when he realized how badly he goofed up, even though it was near the end of his life, at least bothered to put in some effort. I'll give them both that credit, that I may have had a bad childhood and a bit of neglectful abuse at times. My father, at least on some level, tried to do some bits to make it less hellish. And in other bits, with my mom, she did her best to get me and my sister help, therapy, and everything, even when at times she kept goofing up, because I don't expect perfection from mortals. When you have an abusive family member who doesn't bother to face reality, that's when it can get bad.
And of course, I loved pop culture and fiction, and guess what he condemned?
The exact same bits that you loved, because when abuse gets that bad, you can turn out like this, which is probably why even she and I both have an issue, and Rias does, with this goof being this bad about his critiques. Also, is that a receding hairline? I'm just noticing that.
I think you might be on something.
You got the LeBron James going on.
Yeah, let me scroll back up.
Yeah. The reason I got so mad. So when Rumi was going through that abuse from her parental figure, even though it was very clear her parental figure was trying, she was still hurting her adopted daughter.
Mm-hmm. It's why one of the cries at the third act that she gives directly at her, why couldn't you love me? And her response was, I did. And she then screams with the demon echo, all of me. Yeah, you can't just love only the good parts. You want to be a parent, you have to be there for the ugly bits, and you have to love them through it. You don't get to pick and choose. A parent has to
my
love the child fully. There's no
And
exception.
my old man picked choose which he liked about me and what he didn't. I literally had to craft a persona of myself when I was around him. A facets of me that weren't fully me.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, like a full disclosure, if anybody else doesn't know him, I lost my grandfather in March, and he was like a father to me, like my actual father. I am not getting into that here because we'd be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the best, but my grandfather stepped up. And to me, I see that too, because like I was a screw up as a kid, and he never gave up on me. He loved me for my faults and for all the good things, and he turned me to the man I am today. And
Mm-hmm.
it's it is hard. It is hard. I will say, like these two have seen me be pretty low,
Yeah.
dealing with everything, and
Mm-hmm. Do you know my mom
And
taught
it-
me one thing to pray about when it comes to people like this, if they remind you of someone awful and they're doing stuff that puts you down? May God give you children that refute every point you make and make you regret saying them aloud.
kind of reminds me of that old Chris Rock joke. I'm not probably gonna say it here because we're almost done. I don't want to derail, but I think we all know the joke I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yep. There's some people who don't ever learn and what not to do. But let's finish it.
Like that's just the feminist hero's journey, from the start. That's Frozen, that's Captain Marvel, that's Rey Skywalker. I mean, that's all of it. And maybe there's some more to whatever her name is in the K-pop Demon Hunter story, but that's a big part. At least that's how they're marketing it. That's a big.
Is that how they marketed it? Because I don't recall that.
No, it did.
Like,
not to mention, I don't know the level of it. Reyes, you go ahead.
Well, no, they basically marketed it as a female trio fighting demons.
That's what I saw.
And if you're trying to compare Rumi to Maurice Palpatine and Captain the Marvel,
No, I wouldn't call her that. I'd call her Captain Marvel at how flat her butt is. Remember, they had to give her an actual stunt double with a stunt butt. This was a thing. Her butt was so flat at the time because, that tends to be like with a lot of, here's where I try not to be offensive. A lot of women have a bad habit of falling into one or two facets. It's a lot of times with their figure when they're in shape. Either A, like Brie Larson, very developed rack. Her butt is, unfortunately, so flat you could carve meat on it. On the other hand, you have the women with the chest, unfortunately, where it's that kind of lacking to their taste or completely like maybe just barely in the B cups. And their ass is the kind of you could literally bounce a quarter off it and it would probably bounce twice. I am trying not to be crass, but that's the kind of dichotomy a lot of women suffer. I'm not bashing Brie for it. I'm reminding everyone that when it was pointed out, everyone at Disney and Marvel tried to deflect, and it became a meme. There's a reason why I will never compare the nonsense with Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and Rey Palpatine, a.k.a. the of all things, Kathleen Kennedy's self-insert with the less prominent rack and butt. I'm not joking. The face is a younger-looking Kathleen. Go look at younger Kathleen Kennedy and go look at her now, and then go look at current pictures of her now, and compare that rack to Daisy's and compare the butt. You'll see exactly what I'm saying. I've noticed this a lot of times when people get that kind of clout and they want to self-insert. There's a reason. The only thing Rian Johnson did for his self-insert at the end of The Last Jedi was a young kid with the same head structure and a similar looking face. The only ever time I've seen that done in Star Wars was to make a young Padawan in Episode 3 at the one scene look like Anakin Skywalker and talk to him going, Master Skywalker, they're everywhere. What are we going to do? Just before the hiss.
Yeah. Oh, and fun fact, George Lucas actually had a cameo in movie 3.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was basically one of the loyalists of the Republic, was actually played by his daughter. And right before Anakin goes into the opera house where the ballet is being performed, there is George Lucas in blue face paint right next to his adopted daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, isn't the little blonde youngling who asks Anakin what to do, his kid do?
No. Oh, you mean Lucas's kid? I don't think so.
The Padawan that came running out of the temple and the stormtrooper shot down right in
Oh,
front of.
right.
Well, that was a kid. That was Lucas's kid. No, the young kid I mean is the one who looks like young Anakin from the first movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Which
that's the only time you will see a quote self-insert style of thing, because in that case it was done for narrative reasons. In Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy's case, it's literally because they wanted a self-insert.
Yeah.
Which is telling a lot that Kathleen was okay with her literally being a Palpatine. Gee, I wonder if Kathleen Kennedy has a very dark past she doesn't want anyone knowing about. By the way, yes, that's me speculating. Don't bother suing. I have no proof for or against. I'm stating an opinion because I'm noticing a pattern.
He actually got 2 children killed in a helicopter accident.
She did?
Yeah.
Which movie?
It was a Steven Spielberg movie, and he was royally pissed off.
Oh, no. Was it the Twilight Zone one?
I think it was.
Yeah, okay. For those wondering, that was an infamous scene because that was actually meant to... That was the one where the guy accidentally got carted off to a concentration camp by Nazis, but that wasn't the original script. The original script was he was going to save 2 kids and get them out of there with him and redeem himself. And they had to redo that because the actor and the kids died in the helicopter scene. So finding out Kathleen's directly responsible for that, I'm not surprised that Disney Star Wars became a train wreck. Okay, do we want to finish these last few seconds, or are we good?
We're good. I swear
Yeah,
I'll
good.
have an aneurysm if I hear him speak one more minute. Or more accurately, one more second.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way.
Hmm?
Yeah, this guy either doesn't have an active X account, most people think, but at the same time, the X account I found, again, was this. And I could probably just do this live and go... Run the search with as the surname on X. Boom. User ID, yep. Profile image is available, yeah. 17. Not explicitly detailed the metadata, in such metadata, but the name there. But yeah. Finding anything from there.
Not to mention, he was on not to mention, I was saving this for last, but Lio Convoy called him out for stupid takes in the past. So I wasn't surprised when we needed to call him out for his K-pop Demon Hunters take.
Yes. Because again, this man has very dumb takes. And again, he decided to cut that from like the same live stream multiple times just for the heck of it. In fact, let me double check. I think
Also,
that
hand to
might
God,
be
I
the
did not know
same.
what covered him.
Yeah. No, wait, this is the same one from that and just. The man has a bad habit of doing things like that. A lot of a bad habit.
Yeah.
Which again, you're gonna probably see this picture with Google AIs as is the title card when you have seen the video, because that's about how much I'm taking this goofball's arguments seriously. But I believe we are done here, and I have other things to do, and we all probably need to de-stress. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, before we go, I just want to make an announcement. So I think in the following week or next week we'll be recording a nice little themed fun stream of Thanksgiving stuff.
Yeah. And by the way, for those who aren't noticing, those who can't see, the recording time for this is September 15th at about 9:40 something p.m. Central Time. So this should, hopefully, if I get the uploads right, come tomorrow, I'm going to at least upload the D&D theme from the past Wednesday, and then this on Sunday. Meaning, hopefully, I get this done, at these both up in time. Because, of course, life decided to hit me with stupid.
Anyway, have a blessed night or morning, depending on your time, and farewell, everyone.
Yep. And
Good night
again,
and God
ignore
bless.
this man. Please.
Yep.
We don't want to come back. There's a reason we're not doing more Little Light Studios. We don't want to do it again. It was too stressful the first time. But again, have a good day, night, morning, whenever. Bye-bye. Till next time.
Bye bye.
Farewell.